AEW is such a weird case right now. I've been on the AEW pay-per-view only diet for months now, and it's just because the weekly shows, they're boring to me. Are there stories in AEW? Absolutely. But are there compelling stories? No. Unfortunately, the only somewhat interesting story is the Elite and Tony Khan, and I really don't care about it, but it's the best they got. Mercedes and Willow, I love both of them, so I don't care what the story was. I was going to watch that match anyway. I don't know what the thing with Swerve and Christian is, and maybe that's just me not watching the show, you know what I'm saying? So if someone knows what the deeper meaning is of Swerve and Christian having this match, please inform me. But I don't know. And you could be saying, oh, well, the reason why you don't know all these stories is because you don't watch the weekly shows, which is a very valid point to make. But I have friends, and I asked them, like, all right, what is happening on AEW? Like, what's something I should tune into? What's their bloodline story? What's something that's like gonna continue to evolve over time? They don't have anything. I go on YouTube and look at clips. I don't see anything. So some people could be saying, oh, well, if you want to see these stories, you got to watch the show. I can't bring myself to watch the show anymore because of how boring it is. You know what I'm saying? You want to know why the Bloodline story was so big? Because people who weren't watching SmackDown every week were being informed about this storyline happening. The Bloodline story became something that was mainstream. AEW doesn't really have any mainstream stories because if they did have them, they would be shown, you know. The last Dynamite I watched is when the Elite attacked Tony Khan. And I thought that was one of the funniest things ever. I was like, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? Tony Khan looks completely weird selling moves. It looked weird, but it was funny. But it didn't make me tune into Dynamite the next week. I didn't care anymore. Mercedes Moné, my personal greatest of all time in the women's division. Of all time. Like every women's wrestler ever, Mercedes Moné is number one. She's not the best promo. That's one of the things that they criticize her about. She's not the best promo. Dynamite only has her cutting promos. She's not cleared to wrestle yet. Well, she technically is now. If Mercedes isn't wrestling, 9 times out of 10, I don't want to watch it, you know? Mercedes AEW promos just haven't been it for me these past few weeks. I always make sure to go on YouTube and check what she says, check what she does, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I just want to see you wrestle. Because that's what she's the best at, you know what I'm saying? Some wrestlers just aren't the best at talking, and that's okay. She's not the best at talking. So all I want to see her do is go out there and put on a 5-star match and out-wrestle everyone on the card. This is why I think I'm the most hyped for that match coming on Sunday. But then I'm like, if Mercedes wins, are they just going to put her in like a Jade Cargill conversation and then just have her just do squash matches and never lose the TBS championship? I have a lot of doubts of the end game with a lot of AEW stories. And like I said, they have stories, they just don't compel me as much. And every time I bring this up, ever since AEW lost to NXT all those weeks ago, AEW fans don't like when I bring up this point, but AEW's ratings are dropping fast. So I'm not the only one who's losing interest in the show. The people who watch the show every week are also losing interest in the show. So if me, who's like halfway in and halfway out, I'm bored, and the people who are all the way in, they're coming all the way out because they're bored, there's an issue here, right? Can they fix the issue? Absolutely. Tony Khan has to stop worrying about throwing money at free agents and worry about getting a creative team that knows how to make compelling stories that are interesting and go beyond the AEW arena. You don't have to throw a shot at Vince McMahon or Triple H every show. You don't have to. You have the damn near best roster in the world. You don't have to do any of the little small stuff. You don't have to do it. But putting on amazing matches on TV, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not giving a reason for a person to come in and watch this show on the time that's coming on instead of watching back at a clip or something like that, they're not going to care. But let me know how you guys feel about it, man. Do you think AEW is a sinking ship, or do you think they can figure this stuff out at some point? Let me know.